Hi, everybody. My name is Christopher Knight. I have over 20 years in the fraud and financial crime sector, specializing in e-commerce fraud, AML or anti-money laundering, BSA, Bank Secrecy Act, compliance, and the like, as well as internal financial crimes. Those would include embezzlement, travel and expense reimbursement, corporate card fraud, and other similar types of financial crimes that occur internally to a company. I'm considered a subject matter expert in all that's financial crimes. My last 8 years have been at an executive level, overseeing established programs or building out departments from the ground up. I've managed international teams of nearly 150 individuals, which included managers, loss prevention investigators, data analytics, auditors, and the like. I began my career in retail loss prevention and private security, and I've worked in almost every other industry, from law enforcement, being a police officer, to fin services, retail banking, to tech and gaming, to insurtech, with both seasoned and startup companies. I'm an often speaker at special events and have had the privilege of being a guest speaker for the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners, Compliance Governance and Oversight Council, Compliance Today magazine, guest speaker at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, and Learn Formula, to name a few. I've also produced online educational videos and documents related to fraud program essentials, ethics, and others, which can be found on my website by going to www.K as in kilo, V as in Victor, F as in Foxtrot, investigations.com/learning. I hold 5 active professional certifications, and I'm an active member in each chapter, and often attend seminars and conferences related to my field, including, again, being a guest speaker. Education and training is really important to me, so I always want to be on top of my game, learn industry trends, hence why I hold those professional certifications and make sure I'm engrossed in everything that is fraud. Those professional certifications include Certified Fraud Examiner, Certified Anti-Money Laundering Specialist, Certified Financial Crimes Investigator, Certified Human Trafficking Investigator, and Certified Counterintelligence Threat Analyst, to name a few. I do have others, but those are the specific ones that I want to bring out related to fraud. I also have Advanced Scientific Content Analysis and Deception and Detection in the written language, as well as Interview and Interrogation Techniques from Wicklander-Zalewski. I've had the opportunity to build out 2 fraud loss prevention departments from the ground up. Those are fraud/loss prevention departments. The first was with Amazon, in which I created an internal fraud prevention, detection, and investigation program that sat within loss prevention and was geared toward Amazon's brick and mortar retail stores and fulfillment centers, focusing on minimizing and recouping losses. The first year saw $4.5 million in realized reclamation or mitigation of losses, with the second year almost doubling to $8 million. And that was easily tracked through my expert use of data and analytics to build reporting and metrics. I'm happy to say now, 5 years after I had started the program as an individual contributor, it is almost now at $25 million in reclamation, mitigation of those fraud losses, including accountability for those that occurred internally. The second was with a venture capital-backed startup called Sidecar Health Insurance, where I was the chief fraud officer and head of fraud. I conducted the company's first fraud risk assessment, wrote all policy and procedures related to fraud prevention, detection, and investigations, implemented new technology, and created internal fraud detection systems. Reporting to C-suite and board of directors, I also use data and analytics to report on KPIs and the health of the program. Unfortunately, I had to leave Sidecar Health Insurance due to a 50% company layoff, but I wouldn't change that for the world. I was reporting to the chief compliance officer, and she was one of the best leaders I had, and I worked with some amazing people, so wouldn't change that experience for the world. Wish I was still there. For my traits, I think the majority of my peers and leaders consider me an innovator and strategic thinker. I truly focus on think big ideas that revolutionize how an organization and department can be run without sacrificing client or customer engagement or experience. I am a partner with stakeholders, however, I understand when there is a need to be direct and persuasive to ensure the best results while maintaining a tolerated risk appetite. I truly value transparency and take my ethics extremely seriously without fault. I am extremely data driven and love using analytics to tell the factual story at hand. I would say I have special talents when it comes to program buildouts, as I somewhat explained earlier, and have a unique background that sets me apart from others in the loss prevention space. I'm a leader in my industries, and I've actually won awards for the success of my programs. With that, now I have started my own company while I'm in transition from that full-time permanent role to looking for my next full-time permanent role. That business is called Night Vision Fraud Investigations. Again, that website is www.kvfinvestigations.com, where you can check out a little more about me and go see some recommendations from C-suite folks, as well as stakeholders, partners, and some of my previous employees. That's all for now, and I thank you so much for looking. Keep me in your mind if you ever need some consulting work or are looking for your next full-time partner.